This is some footage from a recording when we were doing reviews in between sessions of a recent mini training camp in Glasgow that we did with some of our athletes. With Emil, we were working on body positioning going into the front, holding that body going out of the drive, and then how he was placing the blade. Regardless of where you're at with your rowing and your level and your skill, these areas, these lessons will be applicable to you as well, so we can go back and reference it. But yeah, so maybe start with the this is just you on the way down. Again, I like your finish is nice.
Yeah.
Like you've got a really good finish position. Really good balance. But just looking a bit too tense here when you're kind of going in a way, if you ask me. You're just a bit too kind of like grabby at the front.
Yeah. So am I still kind of catching also with the upper body? Like?
Yeah, you were. I think that would be something else to work on. We could see it well here from the iPhone. I'll play it first. But you can see that this is the first clip, I think. So you can see there's quite a lot of movement going on with your body.
Yeah, really.
When you're in this position here. So this may be like you say with a seat pad as well and just being tense. You know, having had a flight yesterday and different bed at the hotel, but like you're here, and you kind of go. You see that you kind of go down. Like your chest is going down.
Yeah.
When you want the blades, so your chest is going down. That's going to push the handles down, which is going to push the blades up when you want them to be going the other direction. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, just I think more stillness, which we can try on the yard, but you can see that dip, and then when you take the load, first thing that happens is you open with your back here. I think you actually managed to place the blade quite well, considering how you go in down and then you open up like that. I think if you can just get more still in and out like that would be huge for you. I want to show you some stuff on the erg as well. But then I think you open, and then once it's kind of like you get out of like you say, like not comfortable or strong or relaxed in this position, and then you get to here, and then you kind of hold this position.
Yeah.
And you see that you hold that nicely. But it's just from there to there that you kind of like open out of. But this is the first clip, so it's maybe a bit too harsh. Let's see if I've got this cool. Right, the second one. This is us maybe doing the drill.
Yep. And again, body still.
So, this is actually good. So this is good. You can see. I bet you thought that you were doing this.
Yep.
You were
and
still
again,
in the
body
body,
still.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so hard to like.
Whoa.
You think you're still,
all you're
but
doing
when you
is
see
just
the footage, you're
ingraining
not.
this motion
your
here.
Your body just wants to do
And
that so much.
feeling,
It's
what
quite
does it
hard.
feel like? You're just letting the blade
isolate.
fall in. You know, you're not muscling the blade in. I want you to like memorize.
Yeah. So see, you do make a good change, though. You can see here.
Yep. And again, body still.
This is before. It was worse before this as well.
And all you're doing is
Really
just
interesting to see.
ingraining this motion here.
Is it okay that I
And
eat
feeling,
Of course,
what does
yes,
it feel like? You're just
definitely,
letting the
definitely.
blade fall in. You know, you're not muscling the blade in. I want you to like memorize this.
Shut up, Jack. So this is good though. Your relaxation, a lot of the things here are good. Your balance is really good. You can see still like that body movement, right? Like you're going down and up. And good rowing. Look at all the good techniques. They're all different in a lot of ways, but one of the commonalities that they all have is that as soon as they rock over, they go in and they go out, and there's nothing happening here. It just looks like, they get rocked over and set in and set out, and there's none of that extra motion. And when you're racing and rating high, you're going to be, if you do that lunge at rate 36, you're just beating the shit out of the stern. And that's that. If you saw that Romanian video that I did recently, all good crews do it, but like they did it particularly well, if you ask me.
I saw the analysis you did on the lightweight double
Yep. Yeah.
stroke seat.
Yeah, they do
really
that.
good.
Imogen, yeah, she does that. She does that. I think. Yeah, I think she does that like perfectly.
Yeah,
That's
that's the goal.
Yeah, and you 100% can do that. You can get to that, and I think maybe some work in the gym will help strengthen and mobilize you a little bit more. Yeah, and then I think you definitely improved it. So
That's good to know because it's really difficult.
it's so hard to see. It's a really hard change to see. I mean, even then, I think you looked looser. Okay. I think that's better, but you can still see there's that lunge. Better though. That's actually much better. See, you're not opening. You're placing and holding it much better.
Yeah.
And it's interesting as well, because when you're loose, you can use your lats and your glutes. You're able to use the muscles that you need. But when you're tense, if you're tense up here, you tend to take the load up here, and when you go up, then it's quite hard to stay low and not open your back. So still a bit of a lunge though. And then I think as you started to work on, definitely like a lunge, like on the way back.
Can you say lunge?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Lunge is like your body. You can see that your body goes down.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that lunge with the back. But then, where's the difference is that you're now holding that position when you drive. So before, you were lunging and then opening up. But here, you're lunging, but then you hold it on the drive.
Okay, yeah.
So it's an improvement, but still, I think that's your body position is, you're never going to get your catch right until you fix what you're doing with your body.
Yeah.
And I think once you fix, your catch is still really good, considering like what you're doing with your body, so. This is when we started to work on the placement a little bit. And the squaring, but yeah, that's definitely a tendency for you that you collapse a little bit. So the drill here. This is when this is when we just started working on the backsplash with the blade. I think that was good. You can see you're better at it on your right compared to your left. I'll play, which is normal because your right blade tends to sit a bit closer to the water, and your left is normally a bit higher. So that's normal. But here, I think you're getting that placement right, but you were just doing it a bit too like kind of forced and like that. But that's okay, because to make this change with the placement, it kind of have to be a bit like mechanical with it and like kind of like clunky.
So it's like exaggerating something is okay when you are practicing.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. You kind of, especially for this change, you really have to like force it. That's looking better. Still the bodies though, I think.
Yeah.
But see, you kind of get it with that. Because your body, you can see you reach, right? You can see you're reaching for it. And I guess maybe like relatively a shorter rower, you're maybe used to reaching for as much as you can.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that. You want to have that reach, but you don't want to have it at the catch, because see, like when you're compressed like this, when you're compressed here, the boat's at the slowest and all your weight is on the stern. So it's really easy to like disrupt the run of the boat in the stern because all your weight's on it and it's slowed down the most. So if you then lunge with your body, you just boom, boom, right on the stern, and that friction, like that friction of the water going up and down the hull is what causes resistance. Like when a boat runs through water, that's not where most of the resistance comes from. It comes from that motion of the water friction sliding up and down the hull. And at the catch, when you lunge, you know, you're just creating that friction. So you want to be just still, so still. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of touch. Maybe just let you watch the footage because that's
it makes sense.
But yeah, that left blade you can see. Yeah, I think you're getting it on the right, but that left blade you can just see.
So do you think the position when I'm fully launching, like here, should I? So when I rock over the body from the finish, should I aim for like this position or the position that I eventually reach?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Ideally you want it as far forward as you can, while staying strong. So I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I would say rock forward as far as you can comfortably from here, and then whatever that is, hold it. So if you get here and then you're trying to get into that lunge position, you reach for it like that, you know, I would say you don't want that. You want to be in a strong position when you rock over. We can maybe I think we could definitely do some stuff on the erg before we go out, but
yeah.
I would say nice though. Like it's definitely, this front end is where your speed is at right now. There's some speed sitting here, and I think a lot of this position stuff the work you can do on the rowing machine as well. So like my strengths when I was a sculler were my mobility and my sequencing. That's what coaches always say I would do well, is like I'd get rocked over into a far reach position and then compress and then stay still, compress, drive on the way back, and then open my back. And I developed all of that stuff by doing work on the erg. So that's looking good. But you can see, right, I'll play it. I keep interrupting it. It's probably good to just watch it. But see how you kind of like go like that a little bit. Like you want it to just, you don't want it to be from the body. You want it to be from the slide of the seat. You want it to be the wheels and the seat that just is moving, nothing else.
Yeah, makes sense.
But you're picking up the changes quickly, I think, so.
Sorry?
You were picking up the changes quickly. Like
Yeah.
I think you're being nice, you're being coachable, so it's good.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Then there's hope.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's I really like that placement there with the right blade. That was exactly what we were working on. That was kind of, you see here, like squared early, still-ish in the body. I think you'd be better, but like nice, that kind of, you get that backsplash, you're placing on the way forward, and then you go. There's some other stuff I think we could do. We could maybe move on to the specifics of the catch a little bit more, maybe tomorrow or on Saturday, because I think there's kind of like another thing I'd want to show you and run you through. But for now, I want to focus on the body. And it kind of looks like, you can even see here, like look at your body. You're kind of compressed and reached out, and it looks a bit weaker. And then you get to like there, you just look stronger.
Yeah,
there.
really.
And kind of like that looks weak and reached.
There I'm at this. Here I don't feel comfortable at
Yeah.
all. It's like I want to get out of this position.
Yeah, you should be able to feel like you could fall asleep.
Yeah.
Right here, or like watch TV for an hour.
I hope it will make a positive difference when I get on this seat, because yeah, it feels like where I'm not comfortable is because
the hip.
yeah, it's like I don't get to straighten up my back as much as I want. Because like it feels like my feet are too high compared to the seat. So I think I hope it will be better.
Yeah.
I mean, it will not solve it,
help.
but I think it will. I think compared to the boat I have at home, what I'm missing here is the feeling that I can rotate the pelvis and just sit and relax. It feels like I have to like compromise it a bit, like doing like a C shape more here.
Yeah,
and I want to straighten up my back a little bit more. I don't know.
You know, it's interesting. Like, I guess everybody has their natural position. You can have a bit of a bend in your back as long as you feel strong in it. So that's what I would say is make sure. I would worry less about having a bolt straight back and be more worried about being strong and feeling like you could do a deadlift or something like that. But yeah, no, I think definitely the equipment and stuff. There is, you know, anytime you go, you could be going into a brand new M-Packer and it would still probably feel weird in some way. So that is the nature of like different.
I like the feel of the boat and the blades, and it's just something about
the rig,
the height of the seat compared to the shoes. But I think this extra seat will make a difference.
Yeah. That's looking looser and the catches look, but you see you're almost like moving around more with your body there. You see you kind of went back to that habit there. You got the placement and then you opened.
Yeah, really.
Whereas I think it was maybe that second one. But where was it? Yeah, like this one. See here. Well, that's better compared to that last one we just saw on the drive. Honestly, though, I hate to say, like, don't worry about having a straight back, but see this position your back is in right now. That bend, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like that is. Show me one Olympic rower. Not that Olympic rowers are injury free, but show me one Olympic rower that has literally a straight back.
Yeah.
You know, like this position, I would say. Here is absolutely fine.
Okay.
Just and you can see you're more straight here, more upright, upright, and then you just dip. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to tell you to not have a straight back, but I would say don't feel like it's wrong if it's not straight at the same time.
Okay. For me, it's like I feel like I protect my lower back much more when I straighten it.
Yeah. Then maybe keep it straight. But did you? I know you struggled with the kind of sore knees in the gym. Have you had a back injury before?
When I was younger, I had I'm not sure how to say it in English, but I had something with I think it's called facet joints.
Okay.
But it was not something with the lower back. It was more like here around the ribs. They kind of felt out of their natural position. So I got some treatment. That was many years ago. But usually, I mean, I believe I have a strong back. I mean, from nature, genetically. But I'm starting to feel that I need to, in terms of mobility, train it even more to reach these goals.
Yeah,
so I feel like that can make a difference.
Yeah. I can show you some stuff in the gym.
So with Alan, I do mostly exercises involving dumbbells.
Yeah.
I think that's a strategy because I'm a beginner.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So we do some.
We'll move you up for sure.
Yeah.
To the barbell and stuff like that if you feel ready.
So for now, it's I feel like I make progress just with the dumbbells, but it's good to have also the barbells somewhere in the future.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, barbell stuff is really good. I'll show you a good stretch for the hamstrings, but cool. Okay, was there any kind of footage you were wanting to look over?
No, I definitely get the point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to sum up. what I understand is that I need to be much more stable and loose. Like
body position. I think is a big one. Lunge.
rock over the body position, and then nothing moves.
Yeah.
Besides.
Yeah. All that. Yeah. It's just that. You know. It's like you're. Yeah. Yeah. So we can do some stuff on the yard. I think it'd be good to see you on the yard. Cool. Yeah. Rock over. Like they say, like set it and forget it. Like if that helps at all. But get set and then nothing else happens until the finish. Cool. Okay. So the first thing I would say is actually I'll hop on first and show you what we're looking to do. Cool. Up you get.
Yes.
Cool. So if you kind of watch the camera as well, because we can go back and look at it. So I would say the first thing to try is just get into a rocked over position. You know, don't push too far, but push, feel a bit of resistance in your hamstrings, hold that. And this is what I would do before every session. I would just slide in and slide out and practice this and just see how still you can be. Oof. My mobility is not what it once was. Just practice that. And then, same idea, but you just pick up a handle, don't even look at the thing. Pick up a handle, same exact idea. In, out. In, yeah. And just you're getting like this, and then you go in and you go like that in the boat. So just try that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. See that tendency there? You kind of, So, that looks quite upright. But your feet here are way lower than in the boat, aren't they?
Yeah, that's so.
That's
here I feel like I can get my lower back into a position that I like.
Okay, yeah.
As opposed to. So here I feel like.
Yeah.
I wish I could sit like this in the boat.
Yeah. So I would say that like sit, like rock forward, and then rock forward. I would say you kind of almost want like a bit more, like ideally a bit more stretch like that. Like that looks like a better position. Try and slide forward in that. Does that feel any different?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
There's even stretching on my quads.
Yeah, okay. So then try it now. Pick up the handle and try the same thing. Yeah, just keep it forward the whole time.
Yeah, makes
keep
sense.
It forward, yeah. Slide in, slide out. That's good. Yeah. Still. And again, remember this is what we want in a boat. There you go. Yeah, keep it still. Don't open it. Just keep it forward as it push it. Like drive back. Yeah, and just keep that there. Yeah, that's good. And that's what you want in the single. That's what you want when you're rating 40 when you're sprinting for the line.
Yeah.
That stillness there. That looks good. Now see if you can try bringing in the full strokes. Super light. Set it and forget it. Good. That's better. A bit more lean back as well. I don't know if you
Maybe I should put the straps on to not.
Right. Gotcha. Forgot about that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now, just to see, let's stop for a second. Let's raise it like quite high. So maybe like replicate what it's like in the boat. And maybe have it like, there or something. See if that has an effect. Yeah, maybe a bit more uncomfortable, but it looks like you can still hold it.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I can go here, but it's like
more straight.
Doing a stretching exercise.
Yeah.
When I sit here, so it's like, I mean, also before I felt like it was when they were in the low position, it felt like it's a little bit tense, but it's doable. I can be relaxed here, somewhat relaxed. Here it's like I need to force it a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I was looking at the old footage as well, and I would say you were still doing that body thing in your bow. So I think it's maybe easier for you in the erg, but maybe it's when you've got blades and a bit of instability and kind of you're doing all that, like that's when you kind of do the body stuff. So I think, yeah, that's good. Let's ingrain this what we're doing here on the erg and take it into the bow.
I was thinking about one thing because I just thought about what you just said. This thing about it's being much easier on the erg to not do this. And I was thinking, do I lack shoulder mobility? Is it because I lack shoulder mobility that I compensate?
Maybe, yeah.
Somehow.
I'm just thinking of this is like a drill you can do. Overhead squat. And you just, in between sets, you just get tied up. But no, you over your head like that, and you go down into a squat. And as you go down, you want to keep this in line with your feet. And pretty much always what happens is people go down and they go like that because they don't have that strength to sit up. So give that a go.
Okay, so I stay
go wide, yeah, and then go down into squat. Yeah, and see.
Oh.
Yeah, do you see that?
So I need to. Does it have to be aligned with my shoulders?
Yeah, ideally it's in line with your heels.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, see how when you go down, this you want to keep it squeezed back as you go down. Yeah, see that?
Yeah, it's difficult, but
yeah, I think that's maybe something for the gym for you as well.
So basically start with nothing on the barbell and then
it's not even, you don't even want to like, it's more of a back thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, keep that, and if it ever feels easier, it's probably because you started letting your hands go forward.
Okay, so this will improve my shoulder mobility.
Yeah.
Because it feels a bit like, when I think about it in the catch, it feels a bit like I somehow compensate for this when I do these things that I don't want to do with the upper body.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think we've got two things to add to your weights. Yeah.
I like this. I mean,
if you want to make it harder, go narrower. See, yeah. That's good though. I think you've already started to make the change.
I'm already getting a bit.
You're already perfect.
Yeah.
You can go back to Denmark now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Cool. Let's go rowing.
At least my shoulders feel pair and double. I mean.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Like they seem to do a good job of it, but.
Oh, I've never seen dolphin. I thought it was Jake. No.
Whoa, the light is beautiful.
Oh yeah. There's some nice.
I would be so happy to get these videos like a souvenir.
Yeah, there's some cool shots. So this is you like pretty much at the start of the session. We just said.
Yeah, good work.
I was really happy with this. This is just you at the start with what you were doing, with that placement on the way forward. I think that was really good.
Yeah.
And kind of actually a good shot here of.
Yeah, good work.
So see here, there's a good perfect angle here with the blade where you've got the straight up and down lift of the hands. You're lifting the hands straight up, but you've got the water flowing underneath the blade. And you can see there's a bit of an air pocket there on the front of the spoon. So like when you do that motion, with the lift on the way forward, if this is the water, you get air here.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So when that air is there, you don't want to push on it immediately because it's like you're kicking on no connection.
So I need to wait until this pocket is
spot on. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you want to wait. The kind of catch as well as you place. It's kind of like you don't want to feel it and then go.
Yeah.
You want to feel it, and keep going into it until boom, you feel, and that's where you're feeling that nice lock.
Yeah.
It's because when you feel like when you get locked, if the boat's going in that direction and your oars are locked in here, you pretty much the only option you have is to go out of there.
Yeah.
And that's when you get that really nice feeling of like, it feels really good.
Also, like I said to Alan when I got into the pontoon, it's like when I managed to get it right, it's kind of adding a new dimension because it feel like it gives me like a platform to
stand off of.
To stand off of, yeah.
That's exactly what you want.
And then it's much more intuitive to get this.
And the build, it just makes everything. It's so hard to get though. So you've done a really, really good job of like making all the changes.
Yeah.
But it's just when you get it, it's such a nice feeling. I was gonna show you. You just see here. You can see there's a bit of that air gap there. Yeah. You can see that break in the water, and like you stay there.
Which one of the Sinkowicz brothers is this?
Yeah. You're both. You're the third brother.
Yeah.
You've got some Croatian blood in you.
So I'll probably just be the coxswain of their cox.
Yeah. But like definitely. And a nice opening as well. Like you can see.
Yeah. It's not too early opening.
Maybe, I don't know. You see maybe a bit of body opening there. I'd say actually maybe if you look at your head.
Yeah.
You can see that's maybe a bit too much.
I'm doing a bit like.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's again, we don't want to like be too. It's kind of like you come out of it a little bit and then you hold that position. But I really like the way that looks.
I noticed something. I know it's not related to what we're talking about now, but it was clear to see here. Sometimes my knees go a bit outward, and today I tried to correct it, and it's just like a bad habit because I am able to collect the knees together, and I realized when I put them together, it helps me to not do this lunge. It's kind of like it stabilizes my upper body. So it's like if I let them lean too much to the side, my knees, I just make room for. I can just like fall forward. I just noticed that it kind of gives me a better
That's
tension.
a good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about how that could help. So that's good to know.
I don't know if it's a general thing, but
that would make sense. Yeah.
It feel like it makes me more sharp if I.
Think about it like a leg press. Like like how would you go like that, or would you go like with your knees tucked in? So that makes sense. But just looking a little bit here, being really critical, I would just say you maybe look like you kind of like force it in a little bit. I'm being super critical here, but it looks like you maybe kind of just
your job.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like you kind of just go like that a little bit, and all you want it to be from is just from the seat moving forward. It's just that flow. Like nothing is going on here. You just use the seat to like slide in and slide out. But just it's called, like we literally just said here, force the backsplash. So it's just one thing to be aware of.
But I still need to think about catch by opening arms and not by closing arms.
Yeah. I would say. So here is maybe a good example. Like you see that you're maybe steering here. It looks like you're steering.
Yeah, my balance is a bit off, I think.
Yeah, but you can see your body position. You kind of go.
Yeah.
But again, critical, super critical. But nice, really nice placement with the blades.
Yeah.
And then put meat in it. Yeah. Go over the bursts as well.
Sorry, I had a solution then. So you might not use the extra tape and do it. And then
What did you have for dinner?
Hope that's not a burst.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. Where was that clip where you were rolling past and I was like square earlier? Let's find that one.
Whoa, that's beautiful.
Yeah, some great shots here. Why the fuck does this not
A lot
work?
of industry and concrete, but still.
Oh yeah, industrial.
Yeah. This could be there. I don't know. Maybe here. That's the same.
No, that's the
No,
same one.
hey,
Oh,
isn't
is it?
Yeah. It looked earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the one though, because I had you going past me.
Okay.
Yeah, this might have been it.
Yes, I'm aware of that it feels like.
Yeah, so late squaring here.
Yeah.
Late, you're trying to lift, and you're also adding in all that, like you're trying to lift and do that at the same time, so it's just so much
makes
harder.
sense.
But you can see there's a good shot there. You can see that air pocket on the front of the spoon.
Well, it's cool actually to see it.
It's so good to scroll it down, to slow it down like this. Although, like, look at the body position here. A little lunge, see that?
Yeah, I see.
And it's nothing, but like the stern is so sensitive to that. The stern will feel that. That'll be like maybe 3 kilos of force, but imagine you just dropped a 3 kilo plate on the stern.
Yeah.
It would have an effect. So still, I think stillness is going to be a big one for you.
Yeah.
You can see it there. Yeah, you can see it there. And that's part of the reason I think is because I think, no, this is maybe when I said early square. Let's just play it and I'll show you.
Yes, I'm aware of that it feels like.
I think I said early square. No, not that one.
You sure?
Yeah, there.
Maybe just try squaring a little earlier, Emil. Square earlier. Yeah, nice.
Oh, maybe we
Yeah.
can hear it now. It looks like I go. It looks like from here I start squaring up earlier.
Yeah, you do. This is the one. I think.
Maybe just try squaring a little
yeah.
earlier, Emil. Square earlier.
There.
Yeah,
See
nice.
the difference. See
Whoa.
that was. Yeah. That
I like it.
That's a good example. Really good example here. Late. Look at the late. Look at. See that? You
Okay, I lunge.
Wah, wah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and then so much harder to come in.
Yeah.
And then square earlier. Boom.
Earlier. Boom. Nice.
Yeah, so much better.
Everything
Look at,
gets more direct.
Yeah. So much. That's
Yeah, nice.
That's a really good example. But yeah, you can see you've started. I think at the start of the session you were better with your body, but maybe as you get a bit tired, it's harder for you. So that's normal. So in the gym, we'll get your upper back stronger.
Yeah, that's a big motivation for me.
Yeah. See that? Yeah, that was a nice one. I like that one on the right. This is a good one on the right there. You kind of lose the grip a little bit, but that's fine. But
Yeah.
So if you want to get a bit more advanced with it as well, so if you think about like this, imagine this is like the target for your blade and where it's going to go in, and the water is going that way, right? And you come in with your blade. Oh no, the water will be going that way. So so when the blade comes in here, to go from there to there takes time. So just say for simplicity's sake, it takes 1 second to go from here to there. So while you're doing this lifting, you still need to be moving forward. So it's kind of like the other feeling you have as well is like that blade gets locked in here as soon as you have that tip in.
So when you say moving forward, you mean on the seat?
Yeah, in the seat. So as soon as you feel it, it's not just like staying still, but
Yeah.
when you start that lift and get that blade in, you need to keep moving in that direction until the spoon is in, and then you can go. So it's not just a case of lift and stay still. It's like you kind of keep need to like keep moving forward with it. So I think
that makes a lot of sense. It's very difficult to do in
it's
practice.
it's hard. It's just the patience, but I think you do it quite well. I just think you're super stretched out here. So I would say if anything, maybe one thing is start that lift earlier.
Yeah.
Just start because you go all the way out here and then you're like, right, I need to move a little bit further.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're trying to reach for this mug, like
Yeah.
that. You're like, all right, okay, and then it's like just go like that.
Yeah.
You know, if that analogy makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's like how to say, reminiscence from my junior years. I always wanted to be longer.
Yeah, common thing. That's
Yeah.
probably why the legs as well, because
Yeah.
you can get through the legs a little
Yeah.
bit more, so that's normal.
So in general, for most of my rowing career, I struggled with boats that are too big.
Yeah.
and crew members who are.
Well,
and
yeah, and
that's
don't
what I'm
assume
trying
that
to unlearn
everybody's
now
going to be on the
is,
right side of the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's yeah, I would say like you're going to be rowing longer by being more connected. You
Yeah.
know, like you go out here, like you're
Yeah.
reaching out like that, and your blade's all the way out there.
so it's a
But then when you
misunderstood
miss
way
it,
of doing
when you
it,
miss
yeah.
it, you know, you're up here, and then you get to like there, and then your blade's connected. So you're effectively rowing this long.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what you're going to do is get to here and be connected there, and then hold that connection all the way through.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I misunderstood how to.
Yeah, it looks long, but it's
Yeah.
not. Like the actual length is the time that you are pushing in the water.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah, and that's why that's how you can beat people that are taller than you, is by being more connected than them.
Yeah.
And the other thing, which you do well, you do a good job of now, is legs, then your back, then your arms.
Yeah.
And tall people will go legs and back, and they're stroke, like. But if you go, you know, the amount of time that you're pushing on the force plate is longer. So,
Yeah.
But that's kind of like not less what
But,
we're
but I
working.
also heard that you don't want too much in the finish of the stroke to have only arms, because then it will slow the boat. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, I feel like let's maybe just leave that for
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Like, I know,
then
yeah.
it gets too complex.
Yeah. Maybe like you kind of want a bit together. The main thing is when your arms are drawing to push through your feet. Like, imagine the way to think about the finish is like you're doing tug of war. Imagine you were sat opposite me
Yeah,
and you were pushing into my feet,
yeah,
and we had a rope and you were pulling it. How would you pull? You wouldn't just sit on the ground and go and try and
Yeah.
connect. You connect through your feet and push through your feet like that.
So the idea is
Feel the
you
force.
always want to have while there's pressure on the blade, you need to feel pressure on your feet as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think there's some good clips here, but I think I want to go to the bursts now. I don't know
Yeah.
if this was one.
A bit of bump shooting.
Yeah, kind of like the backsplash is a little bit worse here, but that's this might have been more towards the start. So
Yeah.
Not just for dinner.
that's an alright dinner. We'll do that for dinner. Talking about dinner in the background. I know. Apparently, we're not meant to do bursts on the 500 meter straight. So oopsie, that's
know.
your fault.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just said, oh yeah, it's Emil. He doesn't, He doesn't know. He's Danish.
Yeah.
I told him. He said no.
I'm just a
Yeah.
stupid tourist.
Yeah, he's a tourist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the one.
That looks like tourist.
Yeah. It's good though. I like it. It's moving on. Emil! Emil! That's a photo. Nice one, Jack. Is that another photo? Is it not like the council's house? I wanted to see how smart you were. You failed.
The main focus here was to try and take the backsplash to a higher stroke rate, but
You know the hardest thing is that people is the squaring early at a higher rate.
yeah,
So that's the thing I would say. You can see there actually that's you go back to an old habit there of down with the body a little bit.
yeah, I see.
See that body motion there,
Yeah,
and the blades go up because you're going down with the body. So all I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say is just think square a fraction earlier. You're never going to square as early as you do
Nice.
at low rate, but just if you think about doing it a tiny bit earlier than you were.
yeah, makes sense.
Got good background music for the recording.
Yeah,
So you're loving it.
Yes.
But, I thought the bursts were looking good, like generally.
So this is better than the other video.
I think you're still doing the same thing though, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that? That body, but it's so much better than the start. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And you're
but I can
doing the
still-
burst now.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get that, but
And I
would
can
just
still see it. I can definitely see it. So that this upper body stillness in the catch, that's my main.
yeah, and you can do so much of that work on the yard.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the good thing to nail this winter is just going to be. That's exciting. You made some really good changes though. Really good changes. Is that all the bursts I had? I think so.
I think I did one in the other direction.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe this one.
Oh, this is maybe like a low rate burst.
Yeah, I think
Oh, this
so.
is looking good. I like
Then
the
it's better.
Oh, you can see there. This scrolling thing, anytime you do this, it's so easy for a coach to sit here and be like, oh, you can see, you know, but see that position?
Yeah.
You can just tell, like, you drop out of that.
Yeah. It's like I drop a bit to the side sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, you do.
I think one thing I struggled a bit with is this not being symmetric. I mean, I had you mentioned sometimes I had a tendency to be earlier catching in. I think I struggled a bit with that. Was okay actually, but it's like I do something with my shoulders to compensate.
Yeah, maybe.
Is
You
it
know,
like it's like I'm twisting a little bit or something.
maybe it's not all as obvious. I think it maybe partially comes from your body just going down a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe lack of balance.
Yeah, I can't see it. Maybe there's something there, but I can't see it. The only thing I remember from rowing that made it hard for me was I was always rowing really long with my left, and I found if I actually just made it feel like I was rowing shorter with my left, that I would kind of think about it like a shape, where my feet were 2 points and then my hands were 2 points, and it was kind of like a square like that. And like as I would go out at the catch, it would just kind of like it would always stay symmetrical. So if you're with me here and like you're at the finish and you come down and then you go low, symmetrical, and then they go out together like that. Do you get what I mean? No.
No.
Yeah. So I would just in my head, I would just imagine this like this shape, and there was my feet were 2 dots, and then my hands were each foot was a dot, each hand was a dot. And there was like a line drawn in between them, and it would kind of be like, first off it would be a square, and then as I would go out it would be a rhomboid. I don't know what shape that is.
I think I get it.
Don't worry about that. I wouldn't. It's maybe more in my head that it makes sense, but I think for sure, like once your catch at the burst can still be improved, but like this from here looks really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That looks really nice. Your middle part of the stroke. We just need to spend more time working on this part here.
Yeah.
And that's just, yeah, you can see that shoulder stuff, you can see that, right? Like, yeah, all that movement. We don't want any of that.
Yeah. I feel so much stronger in this part where I do it well. It's still yeah. I think also more shoulder flexibility. And,
Yeah.
Because I feel sometimes it's difficult to feel loose. So I think I want to be more like yeah. I'm not relaxing if that's the right word. I think like it feels a bit tense when I'm out here. So
Yeah,
I think when I get more
Stronger.
strong and get more mobility, I don't know. I guess it will probably
Oh, yeah,
be
definitely.
easier because it feels a bit like okay, now I'm compressed in a position where I don't really like to be there.
Yeah, so that's just gym work. That's
Yeah.
easy to fix. Just, I think first priority for you in the gym is going to be mobility, and
Yeah.
and not about like huge back squat, but it's going to be like get strong here,
Yeah,
you know.
sounds like a good plan. because
Yeah.
I'm really motivated to